I saw this comment on my channel. This person said, "You're clearly not a PC guy. You're an Xbot. All your arguments are positive for Xbox and negative about PlayStation. Even Astrobot's Goaty win was a negative video. It's full Xbot fanboy bias." So anyways, I promised you guys that I was going to make a mini ITX build that would be, in a sense, scalable to where you can fit your console. I've been doing some conceptualization, trying to pick out the parts in the case. I've been at this for a long time because honestly, I don't need one more PC. However, after all of the pain, after all of the concessions and doing some research, and I had to do extra research because my GPU that I wanted to use for this build, my Radeon 6750 XT, this is the one I used for my PlayStation console killer build that was $650. Do you all remember that? A while ago, I made this build to pretty much show folk who wanted to build a gaming PC that you can do so with the price that it will cost you to buy a console and subscribe to PlayStation Plus. So I got that GPU about $300. I used a Ryzen 5 5500, $80 CPU. Now the CPU is $75. The motherboards for AM4 are cheap as well because it's old hardware, but it's still better than both the consoles because of how efficient desktop dedicated stuff is. And I put that build together a while ago. So what I wanted to do was I wanted to take a similar aspect of it and put that build in a smaller case, a small form factor, to be able to build something that is compatible. And I've started doing, the build. It works and everything. I'll show you guys some performance metrics, but I'm not using that CPU anymore. I decided to go ahead and put my 5800X 3D in here because I just wanted more juice out of it. I was like, if I'm going to build small form factor, I want to get as much power as I possibly can stacked into it. I like what's called I call them my Herculean builds, where I'll build a small unassuming PC and then boom, bada bing, boom, pow, you're going to realize that inside that PC, it's packing a bunch of heat. So what I'll do with it is it'll be like a travel build of some kind where I can take it places. Instead of taking a laptop and, whatnot, I just take that PC with me, that desktop, this particular desktop anyways, and go ahead and, get like an HDMI cable, get a wireless mouse and keyboard, and be able to still game and do some more tasks on it as well. A laptop could have done that, but I would not be able to pack in as much power into a laptop for the same price point. That's pretty much how you want to go ahead and you want to do it. And if you're wondering about that video, I'll go ahead and show you that video where I made that $650 build, the console killer build. And now this build, by the way, it will smack a PS5 Pro every day. It's a 5800X 3D. It's not a fair comparison. We don't usually do that in that regard. And so that's pretty much something else that I wanted to go ahead and point out. Another crazy thing was I was fortunate, and for a build like this, I decided I was going to get some used parts because a lot of this is a leisure build. Okay, this is not a build that I need in any regard, to be honest. But it's more of a leisure build. So I went ahead and I sniped some parts very cheap. The motherboard, I look back on my Amazon and I bought this motherboard all the way back in March of this year. I bought it and I kept it aside because I wanted to do this build and I was hoping I'd finish it by the year end, and I did, but it's not exactly where I want it. I put like an NVMe that I had, this cheap NVMe that I bought from Walmart one time. They had them marked down. That's before Walmart started becoming the new Best Buy, because now if you go to Walmart, they have PC parts out the wazoo, but I used to snipe their PC parts on sale because nobody bought it. Nobody knew Walmart sold PC components. I mean, but I was dialed in, man. If I look on Amazon, I'll walk around Walmart, look and see, and sometimes they'll mark down SSDs, NVMEs, and all that stuff. But now, they're on to, people like us that are looking for deals. And so I was able to snap this NVMe, and let me show you. It's right in here. And I was able to pretty much, put it in the build. It's this tiny little bluish object. You see my mouse hovering over it? Here. See it right here? That's the NVMe. It's, I think, 500 gigs. It's not really big, but just to kind of get the proof of concept going, and then 16 gigs of DDR4 RAM, because this is on AM4. And then the miracle was this 6750 XT. This is a big, okay, this graphics card is not massive compared to what you will see on other builds, right? But the length is like 318 or 312 millimeters. And to find an ITX, case that is small enough that looks like it would take a, 200 and something, millimeter GPU is not easy to find for a good price as well. That's the thing. the pricing is big for me because, you got to be financially conscientious. Anywhere that you can save money is always a good thing for you. Okay. So I was looking around, and I think I told you guys that I just bought this case in the previous video, and I was looking at it. I didn't buy this $369 one. This one is the one that comes with, I think they put a power supply and a AIO cooler into it. Some people had to tell me in the comment section because I was like, what's the difference between both of them? I bought the regular one, the NR200, and it's listed at $82.99. However, during that Black Friday time, Amazon marked down a bunch of returned ones to half the price. It was 50% off. When I put it in my cart, I was about to put it in the cart and think about it a little bit. Amazon was like, here's a $9.99 discount on top of it. So I actually did buy this case for less than $40. Now, after tax, it came out to be like $42 or so dollars. And so I basically sniped a bunch of, really cool aspects to it, which is kind of like, it comes with the experience of building a PC. You just wait out all of what you want to buy and buy them at the price you want to buy it. The market is very competitive. Like, trust me. Well, I shouldn't say trust me. I mean, trust me if you want, but we can go and look at PC Part Picker and we can look at components everywhere, and you can see the price. You can see price tables for different components, and you can see their price history. This is the beauty of being able to go ahead and take data to a whole different level. Some people will say, oh, I don't want to do all the work of doing this, I just prefer to do it. Well, that's your prerogative. There's nothing wrong with that. But some of us, I don't want to give everybody my money just because they said they're giving me something. Nah, bro. So if you look at the price charts for this particular case, it's looking like at some point they were selling it for $150, right? This case. And that's almost everything. They bring out a case that is nice, that is compact. They're like, hey, we want to sell, and it's a quality case. It's metal for most of the pieces on it. So that's why when I read the reviews, I was like, man, this is actually pretty good. And then they went ahead and, this price thing is showing Newegg UK's price history, and it came all the way down at one point to about 180. And then you can see around October of this year, the thing had dropped from the $140 asking price. And then, it's all over the place, because right now you can get it on, I think, why is PC Part Picker only showing it on Newegg? I guess maybe that's the only place that they're tracking the case for, but I got mine on Amazon. I went to used, whatever. Why would I be buying a brand new case for a build that I'm just doing as a leisure build? So again, that's another thing too for, something like that. But at the end of the day, it's actually really interesting to see that you can leverage a PC market even till date, even much more till date anyways. And, you can get yourself, components, these are small components. You can replace them if you want. You can do whatever you want. And I think the used market is a place that's not really talked about, because sometimes some people will say, well, they want to compare consoles and PCs and all that stuff. And when we're doing the comparisons, we're giving concession to, consoles. You do know you have to actually put a PC's hand, you have to tie one hand of a PC to compete with a console based on the PC market. Because with the used market, and this is not like buy, sell, trade, this is open box and all the other stuff, you just have way more options that you can leverage. So hopefully pretty soon I'll get you guys some metrics, and while I continue to present you with what I think is the data to ensure that we're not lost in the conversation. And when people say things like I'm not a PC guy, I have to laugh at them, because you will ignore my entire video and you will never address the data. You will never address what I'm talking about. All you come out is saying that, oh, my arguments are negative against PS. No, my arguments are just pointing out PlayStation to the exact light that they are. That's literally all I'm doing. I'm showing you the real PlayStation. If I was saying things like PlayStation is dead, like some other of your YouTubers that go out there to say Xbox is dead and all that stuff, or PlayStation is in trouble, or blah, 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 and I'm just making it up out of thin air, then yeah, you could say I'm making negative arguments against PlayStation. However, when I tell you that PlayStation is being dominated, I cite PlayStation. I open up their document from the leaks that they basically suffered back in 2023. Like this leak that had all these articles showing that they wanted to lay off people, that, Spider-Man cost them $350 million to make. I'm citing the news. I'm citing what's out there available for all of us to be able to see. Maybe it could be that PlayStation has something that we haven't seen that they're going to come back and clap back with. Until we see that, then, we continue to presume that the evidence that we have is indicative of what the market is showing us. Simple. All right. Talk to me in the comment section. Appreciate you guys' time and audience, and hopefully we'll talk pretty soon in another one. Peace out.